et une très belle fête pour le football féminin africain qui connaît un succès grandissant. À partir de ce soir et ce match d'ouverture Maroc-Burkina Faso et jusqu'à la finale du samedi 23 juillet, c'est tout simplement la crème de la crème du football féminin africain qui se réunit à Rabat et à Casablanca. For the big return of the Total Energy Women's AFCON, Morocco is pulling out all the stock. 4 years after the last edition, we want to host here in Morocco the most breathtaking Total Energies Women AFCON in history. Pour cette cérémonie d'ouverture, la Confédération africaine de football et le comité local d'organisation ont voulu offrir au monde un véritable bouquet de bonheur en hommage à la femme africaine, actrice majeure du développement sur le continent. Je cède la parole tout d'abord au docteur Patrice Motsepe, le président de la Confédération africaine de football. Mr. President.
Bonsoir Maroc. Bonsoir Maroc. I would like to express my deep appreciation and deep gratitude to His Majesty King Mohammed VI. May God assist him. Mon frère Fawzi Lakja, the president of the Royal Maroc Federation. Merci beaucoup, mon frère Fawzi. The Minister of Sports, Hassan Habiaba, correct. And the people of Maroc, for hosting the Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations, which is going to be the best Women's African Cup of Nations, the best ever in Maroc.
Innover avec seulement de l'eau? Mission impossible? Pas pour Air-Up qui a trouvé la faille grâce au concept scientifique de rétro-olfaction qui fait passer ton hydratation à un level supérieur sans rien ajouter de superflu. En gros, ton nez et ta bouche perçoivent l'arôme et ton cerveau convertit cela en super saveur. C'est ainsi qu'Air-Up transforme ton hydratation. Active ton pod et bois. À toi les saveurs comme le cola, la cerise ou le citron vert. Même si au final, c'est seulement de l'eau. On dirait de la science-fiction, mais c'est juste de la science. À découvrir sur r-up.com.
Oubliez le délai de livraison. Nos voitures d'occasion sont immédiatement disponibles. Tout comme nous. Et ça fait toute la différence. My Way. With you all the way.
We are bringing this competition for the first time in Maroc, and we have increased the number of nations to 12, and we have also increased the prize money for the women's competition by 150%. So the winning nation will get 150% more than they received in the past. I want to conclude by thanking my brother from Maroc, the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, from Africa, and the vice president and all of the vice presidents of CAF, as well as the executive committee of CAF and the whole of Africa for being part of this competition. one of the nations in football will win the World Cup, the FIFA Women's World Cup. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Wish you all of the best. Merci.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mr. President Motsepe. J'invite à présent Monsieur Gianni Infantino, le président de la Fédération internationale de football, la FIFA, pour un mot de bienvenue.
Salam alaikum. Bonsoir le Maroc. Bravo le Maroc. Merci le Maroc. Merci d'accueillir cette magnifique Coupe d'Afrique féminine. Merci d'accueillir un grand événement. Merci de nous accueillir ici. Merci d'accueillir l'Afrique et le monde. Bravo encore. Shukran. Et portez-vous bien. À tout bientôt. Bravo. Merci.
Merci au président Gianni Infantino. الكلمة الآن للسيد شكيب بن موسى وزير التربية الوطنية والتعليم الأولي والرياضة. فليتفضل.
Lancôme, we will. Idole, la nouvelle eau de parfum nectar. Lancôme.
Diffusez votre annonce en haut des résultats Google avec les annonces Local Service. Vous voulez toujours en faire un peu plus pour votre entreprise, comme plus de visibilité au moment où l'on a besoin de vous, à côté de chez vous. C'est pour cela que Google a créé les annonces Local Service. Vous choisissez la zone géographique de diffusion de votre annonce, le nombre d'appels que vous souhaitez recevoir, et c'est fait. Votre annonce s'affichera en haut de la page au moment où l'on a vraiment besoin de vous. Lancez-vous dès aujourd'hui et apportez à votre entreprise un petit plus.
مرحبا بكم بكل فرق الإفريقية الحاضرة في الرباط ومرحبا لكل جمهور وباسم المملكة المغربية نعلن انطلاق المباراة الأولى لكأس الأمم النسوي وبالتوفيق لكل فرق المشاركة في هذه الدورة. شكرا.
Le wazir Shakib Ben Moussa. Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à Rabat, bienvenue au Maroc. Enjoy the show.
ماشي عاد غنبدا قالي خاطر ومشى بهدرتك ما غنسى جرب شحال من واحد
شرف لينا كبير نكونوا معكم اليوم. شكرا بزاف.
Blonde Absolu for 16 times stronger, 8 times more luminous, healthy hair. Kerastase.
Ce n'est jamais simple de vendre sa voiture soi-même.
Over the kick-off ball, and the teams will be on their way.
This is the moment.
It is the moment. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what the players have been waiting for, certainly from a Togo perspective. The debut awaits. The sides are out, Tunisia and Togo, lining up now as we will rise for the national anthems of the respective squads ahead of the start of this historic tie. First time that these two sides are meeting in international competition. national anthems of the respective countries complete. The match just about set to take place. Tracksuit tops will come off and then it will be all about the match. Antesino Tuanyanyukwa of Namibia is the referee for today's tie. Quincy Victoire of Mauritius and her compatriot Marie Rivet, assistant referee number 1 and 4th official respectively, while Nigeria's Agatha Iyohe is second assistant. Taking a look at how Tunisia line up, it is very much the expected lineup for Tunisia. They have thoroughly experienced individuals in the form of Sabrine Mamai and Imen Trodi, who will play out on the wings. Lamti and Kabashi are the playmakers. Kabashi is a regular goal scorer as well, and she will be among those looking to push for the likes of Miriam Huij and Sabrine Elouzi to find goals for this Tunisian side. Jibrani, though, starts in goal, and it is a back four that sees Awini and Ayadi playing out in the wide positions. Trodi, Lamti and Kabashi will play in a central three, while Elouzi, Huij and Mamai will play up front as effectively a top three. So there is very much a 4-3-3 formation for this Tunisian squad. And Togo, it is somewhat similar. They have a 4 at the back. Let's just confirm the match officials for you, with the Namibian referee in charge, Tuanyanyukwa, Victoire, Iyohe and Rivet. Cointos conducted the pennants exchanged by the respective captains, Nathalie Badat of Togo and Jaima Abessi of Tunisia. So Nathalie Badat's side, Togo line-up as follows, with Ame Mouklu in goal. The aging goalkeeper now, who's been playing for the national team for a number of years, now at 34, but still going strong. Asinho and Dogbe will start out on the flanks for this Togolese side, with Jankale and Kaglar playing in a central defensive role. And then up towards Talyagas Wodiko, most experienced of the Togolese players, along with Badat, both who play on foreign shores, but Gas, Wodiko and Badat will be among those who will be hoping to aid Togo's hopes of claiming not only just a point or a goal, but a victory on debut. It's not unthinkable. So far, no goals as yet in Group B of this Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations 2022. The signal from the Namibian referee, Atsino Tuanyanyukwa, and we are underway here at the Stade Mohamed V in Casablanca. It is Tunisia who play in the white with red trim against the Togolese side, who turn out in green with the yellow trim. And immediately it is Tunisia on the attack. The earliest goal ever, surely, in a Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Inside 20 seconds, Tunisia have scored. A remarkable start, a sensational start. And the celebrations have begun for Miriam Huij. She's been absolutely on fire in terms of goal scoring, and she has continued it here at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Remarkable. The opening fixture in Group B saw no goals. It's taken only a handful of seconds to see an opening goal in the second fixture. The leading scorer in the Turkish top flight, the highest scorer in qualifying. And she will make sure that we see 2 kickoffs in the space of a minute, following an absolutely enthralling start for Tunisia. Rachel Leegba alongside me. How good was this start for Tunisia?
Not surprised at all, because she looks really sharp, and her history with this competition, she's one of the top scorers. And looking at the way she finished, she looked at the goalkeeper was out, and she has no chance to save that ball because she was out of her depth. What a goal. Classic one right there.
Well, that was a very deliberate ball played through the midfield, but my word, just seconds into this tie, Miriam Huij has scored, by my reckoning, 17 seconds into the game.
Fastest goal of the tournament.
And certainly of this one, I think ever. There was no concern about offside. There is the former international Kai Tomete, who is in charge of Togo. Not the start that she would have wanted. One of 3 female head coaches at WAFCON 2022, and there's a wry smile. She's a shake of the head.
I don't think any coach will want that kind of scenario when you just starting and in less than 30 seconds you just concede a goal.
Certainly not the kind of start that she would have wanted. Quality though that Tunisia possess in the form of the likes of Miriam Huij, Sabrine Elouzi, Mentrodi, Sabrine Mamay, Lamti Kabashi. There's depth in this squad as well.
This is what we are talking about. When you have a chance, utilize it. It's as simple as that. What a classic goal.
I didn't even get an opportunity to ask you what you expected from today's tie, but with a goal behind us already, what do you expect for the rest of this game?
I expected this to be a long 90 minutes for Togo, because the way Tunisia, the way they are playing and moving on and off the ball, this is something new right here.
It is, and I think it's important to mention as well, this is a country that did not play international football for 4 years between 2016 and 2020, Tunisia, and some were surprised by the fact that they were able to qualify so comfortably in the build-up to this tournament. Not only did they claim a 6-2 win over Egypt in one of their matches, their qualifying campaign also included a fantastic 5-0 win over former champions Equatorial Guinea. So they didn't have an easy route in qualifying.
Not at all.
And they came through. The likes of Huij scored 6 goals in 4 games, including a hat-trick in the 6-2 win over Egypt. 6 goals in total. While the country hadn't been playing, though, the individuals had been playing and making a name for themselves as well, the likes of Kabashi and Huij, Elouzi in particular. There's the fullback, Samia Wini, 30-year-old, who's playing in Jordan. Oh, just a little too strong there, and then trying to bring that ball down. Almost a little uncomfortably. Mentrodi. Just risk of twisting her ankle. So there's the goalkeeper, Amelela Monclure, the 34-year-old from Club Amis du Monde. Well, the club name, translated from French to English, means Friends of the World, and it was a friendly gesture to give Tunisia a chance in the opening stages. I say tongue-in-cheek. Togo look to play this ball out from relative danger area. Dogbe trying to get the clearance in.
I call the position a land of no return. The position she was standing was like she has no chance to make any save right there.
Tunisia searching for goal number 2 in the early stages. They want to put this game to bed in the very early stages. Again, it's Simin Trodi looking to find something, and now the real pace coming through the centre of Talia Gas. Starting up front for Togo, based in Auxerre in France, and the latest addition to this Togolese squad, Talia Gas, the defence. We're wanting to keep Sulaima Jabrani free of work tonight. Togo searching for a way through, dispossessed by Wini. All out of play, however, and that'll be a throw into Togo, deep inside Tunisian territory. There's the incident again. Togo just having a hopeful ball probed into that 18-yard area, but rolls through comfortably enough. The fullback Dogbe.
was a disappointing early goal for the Togolese to concede. That was a very, very disappointing one.
But just the psychological blow of it is so significant in itself. You're making your debut, so proud. You could see a couple of the players on the verge of tears while singing their national anthem. This would have been a moment that means the world to the players. Inside 20 seconds from kick-off, and they find themselves down by a goal. You're crestfallen when that happens.
I think it's very important for them to just forget about this early goal they conceded and try to take the fight to Tunisia, because it's still early on, so they have every chance to cause damage to this Tunisia team.
They do, and they are a side that can play some decent football. The question really, though, is whether or not Togo, they've undoubtedly got some quality individuals. It's whether or not they have those individuals that can meld with the players around them to form a cohesive team, to form a cohesive unit. Get that squad working on the pitch. Here's a real chance, long-range effort here, potentially. It takes a slight deflection, but some pace taken off it as well, and fairly comfortable for the goalkeeper Jabrani. As Wadiko looked to get going. Wadiko, when she does get going, is particularly dangerous. First Togolese woman to play professionally abroad is Wadiko. Scrambled away by Jankale, one of the aging central defenders, but just delighted to be part of the squad that qualified for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. And just for a brief moment, what you saw is Togo starting to get it together and playing with some nice structure up towards Gas, but comfortably cleared by Rania Owina. Masinho. Masinho again. That'll be easy enough for Jabrani, who'll allow that ball out of play, and goal kick it'll be. Approaching the opening 10 minutes, Togo down by a goal, courtesy of Tunisia's strike inside the opening minutes. Taking the kick herself, instead asking Ayadi to send that ball upfield. Straight down the centre in the end.
It's been a long time I've seen that kind of situation when it comes to goalkeeping. That was like over 20 years ago, when you find it difficult to kick the ball and then you ask your defender to come and kick.
Things have changed significantly indeed. I mean, we're just seeing distribution has become such an incredibly important aspect of the game as Owina manages to get in the clearance. A free kick has gone the way of Tunisia here as Kadia Ayadi is fouled. So 10 minutes in, Tunisia 1, Togo 0 in this Group B tie in Casablanca.
For me, watching this Togolese young lady play right now is really, really important, because the youngest at home watching can actually believe that they can also do it.
Free kick to Tunisia on the far side of the park again, just proving probing. On that far flank, and then Ilusi just being uprooted.
Yeah, that's really dangerous right there. I don't think you want to give this Tunisia team that kind of free kick right there, because this might actually lead to a goal, because this Tunisia team look really sharp.
Side of Gus, they've got the height advantage as well.
Yes, they do.
So from set pieces there is always the added danger. And they've got the taller Rania Owina into an attacking area as well.
And then you have the prolific attacker right there, waiting to roll again.
Miriam Huij. No goal separates these sides. Set piece, it's taken low and flattened straight at the goalkeeper. It's headed in, and Tunisia lead by 2 goals to 0. The follow-up is good, and Mamai gets to celebrate with her teammates. Mamai Elusi, and it looks like Uina as well, all coming around. It is Sabrina Elusi who's got the goal. Goalkeeping error, the ball bouncing in front of her. You don't let that happen if you can avoid it. You certainly get your body behind it. Sort of ricochet off the knee, and then the header there to be had. 2-0 Tunisia lead, a dozen minutes in.
I think the goalkeeper coach need to have a conversation with the goalkeeper, because this doesn't look good right now. She should be able to take control of that situation right there.
So Tunisia getting off to a positive start. This is a Tunisian side that have never won a Women's Africa Cup of Nations match. Their only previous appearance, they ended up losing by a goal to Ghana. They ended up losing by a goal to South Africa. And they drew. But they have never claimed a victory. They're well on their way here against the Togolese side on debut.
I think this is a great opportunity also for the Tunisian women's team to go top of the league right now, top of the table. So it's a good start for them. Really good one.
A speculative effort from range by Togo, and already the reactions of the Togolese bench tell a story in itself. Sitting with their heads in their hands. It's not the kind of body language you want to see.
Not at all.
But this is also not the kind of scoreline you want to be seeing in the opening minutes of your first appearance.
Like I said earlier on, I think this is going to be a long night for the Togolese team.
It's working the ball down that far side flank. Dogba getting involved. Sama as well. And Tunisia have possession back here and looking for a ball through. Is the offside flag going to go up? Stayed down for now, but there's no immediate danger. The offside flag has gone up. Assistant referee on the near side, Quincy Victor of Mauritius. The man in charge of Tunisia, Samir Landosi, oversaw that impressive qualifying campaign with the wins over Egypt and Equatorial Guinea. They only played one warm-up match though, did this side, and was with a goalless draw with Senegal. And they'll be delighted in getting off to such a rollicking start. Not so for Kai Tometi and her side, who's done tremendous work for women's football as the former international. Certainly seen a great deal of growth in women's football in Togo. Free kick going the way of Togo. So 16 minutes have come and gone. No further goals, but two early strikes for Tunisia sees the sixth best side on the African continent get themselves into a very comfortable position in the opening minutes, and that is, we expect an attempt to feed one of the danger players gone wrong. Shirin Lamti immediately apologetic as she threw up her hands in the direction of Miriam Huij. Need to go through the centre here. In Tegma. She scored 4 goals in qualifying and was among the top scorers, and undoubtedly one of the goal scorers that Togo would be looking to for some form of response in today's tie. This is the start though. Only a handful of seconds into the match and Tunisia were in front. Miriam Huij with the opening goal. Just chipping away, maintaining their presence inside the Tunisian final third. Just that 18-yard area here. Gus trying to find a little pressure inside that 18-yard area. Back on your feet, says the referee. Scrambled away, and Togo have won a corner.
The referee's not having it.
No.
She wants everyone just play. Don't come here and try to trick me. I'm not up for that.
Remind you that VAR is available for all matches. Will be used at all 28 matches of this tournament. Video assistant referee. Certainly not required for that rather hopeful appeal from Talia Gas. Togo, first corner. Pushing and shoving between individuals inside the 18-yard area. The referee just wanted a quick word. So we're ready for the corner kick. Oh, the referee has been called to check the monitor for the VAR. Talia Gas with a hopeful appeal for a penalty.
You know what that means? 90%. This would be something really interesting to see. Hopefully it's not what we are thinking.
Well, the referee was really well positioned to make the call directly on field. There's clear contact that has been made with the shin there. Rania Wina. There's the contact as well from the defender, Nada Yadi. Talia Gas goes down. Almost expected the call to come. The Namibian referee, though, is checking and seems to have made her decision.
That was a big decision right there.
See what the decision is now. We are going to see a penalty. Togo have the chance from the penalty mark. And we're going to see a caution as well for Mamai. So 20 minutes in. 2 goals by Tunisia and a chance for Togo to score a historic first ever goal at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
This would be something great for the country.
Quick warning from the referee for the goalkeeper, Sulaima Jabrani. Players standing well away. Mandatory 10 yards back, the penalty arc, keeping players outside of that 10-yard radius. Standing over the ball. Needs to replace it now as well. And it's slightly behind the mark, said the referee. Togo for their first ever goal at a Women's Africa Cup of Nations. It is slotted comfortably from the penalty mark. As Ntagma, who scored 4 in qualifying, has bagged one from 12 yards out to give the Togo support a handful of hope, and they have found their voice again.
Classic. What a great composure right there. The goalkeeper has no chance to save that. Classic.
Well, that kind of height is very difficult for a goalkeeper to contend with.
Very, very difficult.
Perfectly placed. Modet Ngintegma, based in Morocco, one of the handful of foreign-based players, 4 goals in qualifying, including that late winner against Gabon in Lomé, which helped book the ticket. It certainly is a wide-open game, and this game has been thrown further wide open by the Togolese goal. Is there to be another Tunisian goal here? It's swept to safety, corner it'll be. Taking no chances was Sama. Certainly one of the star players. 9 goals and 13 assists this past season for Ami du Monde. Halfway through the opening half, 3 goals. Ayadi taking it short. Here's Ayadi again. It's deflected, goal bound. The goalkeeper has fumbled it, and the possibility was there for the follow-up. Taken ultimately as Rania Ouina tried to sneak that ball, goal bound. Shema Bessi.
I think she has issue with the ball when the ball bounces in front of her. She doesn't know how to react to the ball.
Shema Bessi in the end, who tried to scramble that ball home after the goalkeeper had dropped it. Yeah, on a couple of occasions now, the ball having bounced in front of her and she's been caught out by it. You see that more often in wet conditions when the ball bounces in front of you, because it can do one of any number of things. It can pick up speed, it can lose speed, it can bounce an awkward height.
Yeah, that's why it's very important for goalkeepers to put your body behind the ball. When you put your body behind the ball, even if it bounces really fast, your body can just keep it with you. Keep your hands really tight and firm. The ball will always come in. There's no point for us peeling the ball away and putting it in the lion's den's mouth to come and kill me.
Togolese support is growing in voice and growing in confidence. Every time Togo are in possession, a scream and a cry and a chant. There's elation, the sight of history that has just been made as Modet Ngintegma scored the first ever goal for Togo out of Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Touches from Wodiko, she goes down, free kick Togo.
I kind of understand the way the goalkeeper, the Togolese goalkeeper is feeling right now, you know. This is a major tournament. I remember the first time I put on Nigeria jersey, it was kind of like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. I was so out of my depth. I was like, are you sure this is me? Like, what are you doing, you know? So it's very important for goalkeepers to be composed, like, try to own it. It's very, very important. I hope she can find her fit, because this is really, really important for her and her country. This is a great moment for her.
Lovely work here from Togo that sees the ball into a danger area. The header from Ngintegma is wide and high. And again, this is quality play down that far side flank. Sama getting involved. Look at that delivery from Sama in the end. That's exactly where you want it. Is it just me, or is Jabrani walking a little gingerly at the moment? It looks like she's limping ever so slightly. Lovely through ball here, and again a chance for Tunisia. It's well read this time by Hamoklu, who's come out to claim. She herself saved a penalty in the match against Gabon in February that secured Togo's ticket.
Yeah, this is what I want to see from her. Like, owning your box. She's in charge. So, more of this to come. Hopefully. She has nothing to lose.
Bridge going down under the challenge. Big challenge, and a very apologetic Ella Chankale. Apologising to her opponent. Set piece time to come for Tunisia. Just the incident again. And this was a moment earlier where Ridge was looking to be put through and Morklo came charging through. On the set piece, it's on target, it's lacking in any real power here. And fairly comfortable for the goalkeeper, who now does get her body behind it.
Good, this is what we want from her.
Sorry, Mame. The brief apology. Challenge here, that'll be a Togolese free kick. Growing in confidence, they really are growing in confidence.
That's what I'm thinking right there too, because for you to score a goal, it gives you hope that you can actually equalize and take the game.
The captain here, Nathalie Badat, stands over the set piece. Degma having won the set piece. Lagas will be among the individuals challenging to get on the end of the set piece. The crowd trying to get behind Togo and Tunisia respectively from an offensive and defensive perspective. The 2-1 Togo lead. Possession stats suggest Togo is in front. Total attempts, Togo lead Tunisia by 4-2, but
that's surprising. What do you think about that?
I think Degma's had a couple of chances that have been close.
Yeah.
The shot from the penalty mark as well. It was comfortably tucked home.
The Togolese, they're actually growing into this game right now.
Yeah, they are. The running is certainly improving. Tibrani says, "This is mine." And Sama has a slightly false first touch. Which would have been offside. Nothing accruing. The offside, though, is how play will get back underway, so with no harm done. Sends the ball forward. It's a rather hopeful looking ball, but it might. So nearly we're each able to play that ball into the path of Sabrina Luzi. So half an hour has come up on the stadium scoreboard. Tunisia 2, Togo 1. It's been a relatively free-flowing match.
I like the fact that the debutant teams, they are owning this game. They are not scared of no one. This is really good to see.
Certainly we saw that in the opening match of the tournament when Morocco took on debutants Burkina Faso. First nation victorious by a goal to nil, but Burkina Faso not completely outplayed. They lost the match, but they went down valiantly. Similar story here with Togo, who might be down on the scoreboard, but they are not going down without a fight. They are still very much in this game. Degma again trying to challenge for possession. And this time it's Arsenio wanting to challenge for possession. She's won the free kick as well.
The Togolese team, they are pressing really high. They are not even scared of no one. This is really interesting to see. The last 10 minutes, they really came out.
Nathalie Badat stands over this ball, and the Togo support continues. They have found a voice. Plenty of encouragement from the Togolese band of supporters who've made their way to Casablanca for this tie. It's a ball that's struck in on target. Not quite powerful enough or as well placed as she would have liked.
eyes on the ball. Really important. It's very important also for goalkeepers to be able to control your area and then, speak to your defenders, control the game. It makes life easy for the goalkeepers. You don't have to stress because you are telling them what they cannot see.
Communication from the goalkeepers to the defence in particular is so important. I think something that people don't always get to recognise is that goalkeepers from their positions can see absolutely everything that is happening on the pitch in front of them.
Yes, they do. And they can actually read the game properly because they know what is coming even before other players, because the players are just looking at the ball and the goalkeepers can actually see everything, even the opponent, what they're trying to do, and the defenders in front of them, if there's any danger or not.
Oh, ball's been gifted away in midfield here, and Togo have another chance. There is some pace in this Togolese squad. This in particular. She needed to keep that ball at her feet or lay it on the ground.
She does.
This time, Amigake able to do that, scored in the first leg against Gabon and the all-important assist for the decisive goal in the second leg. Kaito Meti.
Mostly when you're in the third phase, it's very important that you're precise with your passes. You don't waste those opportunities,
Yes, guys. Feed that ball into the path of Sama. Iluzi just being brought for the ball. She felt. Defensively, this is problematic, and Togo might be in for a second here. It's a fine save from Jabrani. But defensively, a question mark for Tunisia. Udiko nearly with a levelling goal for Togo.
What a save. Look at the timing. Look at the way she threw her body in front of the ball. That's really, really precious moment for her.
Incredible as well from Udiko. Stayed on her feet, rounded the defender, kept her eyes on the ball, knew what she was going for, got a chance to shoot. This is not what Tunisia want to see. They do not want to see any potential problems for their leading goal scorer and star striker Meriam Huij. Has gone down and stayed down again as play continues. Tunisia looking to move forward.
I must confess, I actually like this referee, the way she's handling this game. This is how you have to allow the ball to flow. You don't just keep stopping the game all the time.
It's been getting the business done. Is looking very uncomfortable. She's staying on the pitch. This is her. Trying to get that cross in. It's been blocked. For the corner it goes, and again, she just kind of pulls up every so often, every few steps. Maybe what we might see if this continues is her being withdrawn as a precaution. Do have some depth, particularly in the strike department, and really call on a handful of other players to take over up front, including Hannah Hamdi. Delivery in here toward the back post. It's a little too far ahead of any of the onrushing players, including the defender Raina Wina, so good with her head. Players to try to pick out,
and then they missed this opportunity.
Over hits, yes.
Tunisia, they started this game really well, and then now the momentum is a little bit down, and then the Togolese picked up from where they stopped.
Landolsi just looks a little frustrated by how things have gone so far. Let's say that although this Tunisian side has not played international football for 4 of the last 6 years, they have looked good in the last 2 when they have played. They've been industrious and they've really done what they can. This time Sama
actually got her. She got her there.
Cutting the player down. She's been asked to stand off to one side by the referee, who correctly goes to check on the injured player.
You know, with this kind of tournament,
being dealt with here by the medical staff. So this is what happened from kickoff. At the start of this match, ball being knocked around, and then this beautiful delivery forward, Miriam Huij running onto it inside 20 seconds. The opening goal of this match. So from the set piece, Tunisia looking threatening, and now on transition, Togo potentially threatening as well. That's a timely interception in the sense that the ball has been driven wide, and the all-important touch from Ayadi. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Huij is only just making her way back onto the pitch now. That's Ilusi. Maintaining their presence inside that Togolese final third, looking to perhaps finish the half the way they started it. It's completely dominating Togo, but Togo are not to be outdone, and they are playing some enterprising football of their own. Tegma and Wodiko Sama, rather industrious in their play. Through Sama, trying to get things going. Sama's won back possession here, brilliantly in fact, towards Dogbe. Dogbe again getting involved, but she's been dispossessed. Imin Trodi on that far side, snatching possession away. Sama's back to win it for Togo. through by Emin Traoré.
The Tunisian team, they're kind of withdrawing back a little, like compared to when they first started, when they attacked the Togolese. Now they're using like 2 defensive midfielders, even when they're offensive play.
Shifting around the park in an interesting and adaptable fashion. Ndegma. Some are weighted out wide. Ndegma's got away from 2. Issue on side here. Talia Gas, it's in behind the lone player. The offside flag has gone up.
Tunisia started with 2 attacking midfielders, and then now they just giving everything up to the Togolese team now. They are actually like pressing there. The best way to defend is to attack your opponents. Don't give them room. Now they are giving the Togolese this belief that they can actually do it, and then they are not even wasting time. They are like, thank you, we are coming for you.
Saw a couple of the fans sitting in the stands, Tunisian fans as well, in the colours of the great club Esperance, the blood and gold. Dominant side from Tunisia. I'll be delighted to be playing in North Africa. They aren't hosts of the first Women's Africa Cup of Nations in North Africa. It's being hosted here by Morocco. Approaching half-time. Bench does not look as comfortable as they would like this match to be.
Like when they started the first 20 minutes.
The first 20 minutes was just what they wanted.
Yes.
Searching for a way through here, Togo. There's space up front. Gus has called for it in behind the defence. She is really trying to sprint her way across on the angle to get to the ball that is being covered by Ayadi. Lovely control, beautiful control from scorer of the second goal, Sabrine Luzi. Completely off balance. He's been asked to chase here as we come up towards the 45-minute mark here in Casablanca. Tunisia 2, Togo 1. 45 minutes comes up on the stadium scoreboard and 2 minutes of time has been added on. Words being spoken between the respective defenders. We need the left back and the central defender Awina, who tried to feed that ball through to her. So in added time here, Rachel, just looking at the match overall, the opening 45 minutes, the first 20 threatened for this match to be a complete festival for Tunisia.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be like 4-5 in this first half. They actually played well the first 20 minutes, and then after the penalty against them, the Tunisian women's team, they decided to sit back because, like I said before when we were having this conversation, it's so easy for players to just.
Oh, here's a chance for Togo. It's an open net. It's an open net. Can she find the finish? It's gone out for the corner. It's taken a deflection off the underside of the boot of Gada Ayadi. But that so easily could have been 2-2 for Togo right in added time. And Wadiko knows it. She's covered her head. Wanted to get the ball onto her right boot.
She was just looking for the perfect moment right there. You don't need the perfect moment. The goalkeeper is out of your way. Place the ball inside the net. That is all you need. That would have been a different ball game.
Ayadi in shot. She got the slightest of touches on the underside of her boot that steered that ball out for the corner. Nindegma will take. Well, that is the opening half done. It is Tunisia who lead Togo by 2-1 here in Casablanca. The Carthage Eagles looked to get off to a romping start, and they did. Miriam Huij having scored inside the opening 20 seconds of this tie. And then it was a second goal just beyond a dozen minutes when Sabrina Luzi managed to find a second goal. And then the goal back from the penalty, won by Talia Gas, converted for a historic first goal by Togo by Odette Nindegma.
اهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. شكرا على المتابعه. ما تنساوش تشتركوا في القناه وتسجلوا الاعجاب ديالكم باش يطلع هذا اللايف، وما تنساوش باننا فوق الماضي يكون شي لايف ديال المغرب ولا ديال افريقيا. احنا معكم ندوز لكم اللايف مباشره ديال الكره. واهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم وشكرا على المتابعه، ونلتقي في الشوط الثاني.
The signal from the Namibian referee Ansino Twanyanyukwa, and we are underway here at the Stade Mohamed V in Casablanca. It is Tunisia who play in the white with red trim against the Togolese side who turn out in green with the yellow trim, and immediately it is Tunisia on the attack. The earliest goal ever, surely, in a Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Inside 20 seconds, Tunisia have scored. A remarkable start, a sensational start, and the celebrations have begun for Miriam Huij. She's been absolutely on fire in terms of goal scoring, and she has continued it here at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Remarkable. The opening fixture in Group B saw no goals. It's taken only a handful of seconds to see an opening goal in the second fixture. The leading scorer in the Turkish top flight, the highest scorer in qualifying. And she will make sure that we see two kickoffs in the space of a minute following an absolutely enthralling start for Tunisia. Rachel Ayekba alongside me. How good was this start for Tunisia?
Not surprised at all, because she looks really sharp, and her history with this competition, she's one of the top scorer. And looking at the way she finished, she looked at the goalkeeper was out, and she has no chance to save that ball.
They've undoubtedly got some quality individuals. It's whether or not they have those individuals that can meld with the players around them to form a cohesive team, to form a cohesive unit. Get that squad working on the pitch. Here's a real chance, long-range effort here potentially. It takes a slight deflection, but some pace taken off it as well, and fairly comfortable for the goalkeeper Jabrani.
the youngest at home watching can actually believe that they can also do it.
Free kick to Tunisia on the far side of the park again, just probing on that far flank, and then Ilusi just being uprooted.
Yeah, that's really dangerous right there. I don't think you want to give this Tunisia team that kind of free kick right there.
It's a piece, it's taken low and flattened straight at the goalkeeper. It's headed in, and Tunisia lead by 2-0. The follow-up is good, and Mamai gets to celebrate with her teammates. Mamai, Ilusi, and it looks like Uina as well, all coming around. It is Sabrina Ilusi who's got the goal. Goalkeeping error, the ball bouncing in front of her. You don't let that happen if you can avoid it. You certainly get your body behind it. Sort of ricochet off the knee, and then the header there to be had. 2-0 Tunisia lead, a dozen minutes in. The Tunisian final third, just that 18-yard area here. Gus trying to find a little pressure inside that 18-yard area. Back on your feet, says the referee. Togo for their first ever goal at a Women's Africa Cup of Nations. It is slotted comfortably from the penalty mark. As Nintagma, who scored 4 in qualifying, has bagged one from 12 yards out to give the Togo support a handful of hope, and they have found their voice again.
Classic. What a great composure right there. The goalkeeper has no chance to save that. Classic.
Well, that kind of height is very difficult for a goalkeeper to contend with.
Very, very difficult.
Perfectly placed. Mundet Nintagma, based in Morocco. Ayadi taking it short. Here's Ayadi again. It's deflected, goal bound. The goalkeeper has fumbled it, and the possibility was there for the follow-up. Taken ultimately as Rania Uina tried to sneak that ball goal bound. Shema Bersi.
I think she has issue with the ball when the ball bounces in front of her. She doesn't know how to react to the ball. So it's very important for goalkeepers to be composed, like try to own it. It's very, very important. I hope she can find her fit, because this is really, really important for her and her country. This is a great moment for her.
Lovely work here from Togo that sees the ball into a danger area. The header from Nintagma is wide and high. But again, this is quality play down that far side flank. Sama getting involved. Look at that delivery from Sama in the end. That's exactly where you want it. Is it just me, or is Jabrani walking a little gingerly at the moment? It looks like she's limping ever so slightly. Lovely through ball here, and again a chance for Tunisia. It's well read this time by Hamoklu, who's come out to claim. She herself saved a penalty in the match against Gabon in February. Just the incident again. And this was a moment earlier where Ridge was looking to be put through. Plenty of encouragement from the Togolese band of supporters who've made their way to Casablanca for this tie. It's a ball that's struck in on target. Not quite powerful enough or as well placed as she would have liked.
Eyes on the ball.
Sama. Ilusi just being brought for the ball. She felt. Defensively, this is problematic, and Togo might be in for a second here. It's a fine save from Jabrani. But defensively, a question mark for Tunisia. Woodiko nearly with a levelling goal for Togo.
What a save. Look at the timing. Look at the way she threw her body in front of the ball. That's really, really precious moment for her.
Incredible takeover up front. Tuning Hannah Hamdi. Delivery in here toward the back post. It's a little too far ahead of any of the on-rushing players, including the defender Raina Wina. So good with her head. So from the set piece, Tunisia looking threatening. And now on transition, Togo potentially threatening as well. That's a timely interception in the sense that the ball has been driven wide, and the all-important touch from Ayadi. Minutes to go to half-time. Ridge is only just making her way back onto the pitch now. It's losing.
They actually played well the first 20 minutes, and then after the penalty against them, the Tunisian women's team, they decided to sit back, because like I said before when we were having this conversation, it's so easy for players to just...
Oh, here's a chance for Togo. It's an open net. It's an open net. Can she find the finish? It's gone out for the corner. It's taken a deflection off the underside of the boot of Gada Ayadi. But that so easily could have been 2-2 for Togo right in added time. And Woodiko knows it. She's covered her head. Wanted to get the ball onto her right boot.
She was just looking for the perfect moment right there.
Next on Sewende Laan.
Hoe klink 'n oppie app waarop mense by ons kan bestel? Wat koste bestel? Dis 'n great idee.
Sien, dis hoekom ek jou my bestuurder gemaak het. Ai, dit gaan net 3 uur wees.
Meneer moes sien net hoe loer hulle mekaar in die hof. Ek was nie eens daai tyd so kwaad soos nou nie.
Soek jy simpatie? Ek is jammer oor wat met jou lyf gebeur, maar wat van die mense wat agterbly? Nee, chatas. Nou luister jy vir my.
Sewende Laan, Monday to Friday at 6.
But my life wasn't always like this. It was once filled with sorrow and sadness.
Challenging your rondo, it was not easy.
You taught me about Ubuntu.
She was very brutal, let me put it that way. She would leave me in a shack.
This is my son.
An inspiring show where one act of kindness can change someone's life. Boto, Friday 8:30, SABC2.
Africa, it's time to celebrate. It's time to see the beautiful game played by the queens of the continent. It's the Women's Africa Cup of Nations live in Morocco. See all the goals, all the exciting moments, all the action, and fall in love with the game all over again. Together, #WeWill. Catch the 2022 Women Africa Cup of Nations Morocco live on SABC Sport channels and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
This week, every time Keke Abanamuto Alitara, she almost cringes. She'll be like, and then Keke Amuto, why a little plastic? Like, I have to say, okay, relax. This is how people behave.
It was Mahatma Gandhi who famously said, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
And that's motivated us to manufacture bricks, plastic and other environmental hazards.
Solutions 24, Sundays at 8 p.m. on SABC2.
Join SABC2 this month for a return of some familiar favorites. We strive for a better balance between man and nature with an all-new 50-50 Mondays at 7. An all-new Decat TV Wednesdays at 7:30. Your musical host with the most, Emo Adams, is back with an all-new Noot for Noot Thursdays at 7. Zola Nene and Fritz Squan continue their search for SA's next taste master in an all-new season, Fridays at
Tunisian side much favoured to claim victory in this opening Group B encounter. Ansino Twanyanyuka of Namibia gets the second half underway. It is Togo who play in the green with yellow trim who find themselves kicking off. They trail by a goal. And their goal, the historic goal, converted by Degma from the penalty mark. Effectively midway through the opening half. Ball out of play. A Togolese throw-in in the early stages. Tunisia who lead by 2-1 in the white with red trim. Early goal scored by Mariam Huij just 19 seconds after kickoff, and then Sabrina Luzi effectively a dozen minutes in, having doubled the Tunisian lead. That's subsequently been halved. Here is Huij, looking a lot more comfortable than she did at the end of the opening half, where she looked like she had taken a couple of knocks and certainly was the victim of one very heavy summer challenge. As the Tunisian coach Samir Landorsi tosses the ball back into his team. Samia Wini. It's a throw in from the near side. This will be a Togolese throw. So Rachel Ayagba alongside me for the second half of this time. It was a bit of a half of two halves. You could argue the opening 45 minutes in this match as Huij looks to run onto this, but it'll be comfortable for the goalkeeper who needed two grasps at that ball to get it in hand. Huij, who collided with the goalkeeper, is very apologetic here. Lovely through ball coming in from the very dangerous Ella Kabershi.
The goalkeeper went with good force, the agility was there, but the handling of the ball again, she has to keep her eyes on the ball all the time. As a goalkeeper, you can't take your eyes off the ball, but it is safe in your hands.
The Togolese support that has been rather vociferous in the opening stages of this match. What's even more impressive was the way they upped their chanting, their cheers of encouragement following the penalty successfully converted by Degma. Udiko had the chance to level matters right in the closing stages, but was unable to convert. But an open goal at her mercy. Some of the Tunisian squad members to the matchday squad. Meanwhile, the Togolese support continues their celebrations. There's joy all around in the venue, in particular the Togolese support. Just wonderful to see the celebration and the celebratory atmosphere for those who've made their way to enjoy the action of this Women's African Cup of Nations. Group B tie here between Tunisia and Togo. And the Ladies Sparrowhawks trying to prove that they belong on the grandest of continental stages, perhaps even claim a point or a result against the Tunisian side. Far more fancy to take victory on opening day in Group B.
They actually have this opportunity, they close to two clear chances in the first half for them to even lead 3-2. Unfortunately, they were in a rush and they missed those chances. So
Degma, quite remarkable the season that she's had. So too for Nafi Wadiku. Shoulder off the ball here by Imen Trodi. Tunisia have it back, searching for Huij. Able to get it through. Here's Mamai again, a little too strong from Sabrine Mamai. 31-year-old who plays at Al Ain in UAE. The season is not overly long in United Arab Emirates, so she does play some futsal and keep herself fit and active in other footballing projects and activities throughout the remainder of the year. Scored against Ghana in 2008 in the 3-2 loss. Abbas getting herself in a bit of a tussle with her opponent Ayadi Yazwini. 4-1 through a tussle by Gake. And the teenagers in this squad. Wedge running onto this now, getting her jersey tugged. Wedge going down under the challenge. There's going to be a card here. And Miriam Wedge, who's taken a bit of a knock in the opening half and been the victim of a few challenges as well in the opening half, has landed a little awkwardly here. There's no doubt that this happened outside the 18-yard area. She feels that this might be a red card, but that was a big shove in the back.
I don't think it's something that you want to give to the Tunisian team right there in front of your goal. That's a reckless one right there. The
yellow card has come out for Jankale. He's beaten all ends up. 33-year-old defender who can score. He's been on the score sheet regularly enough for Togo. Another one of the Ami du Monde players, friends of the world. Trailblazers on this Togolese side. Interesting that the coaches largely kept the squad that achieved the historic qualification. Only guys who's recently been brought into the squad. For Tunisia, returning to the tournament after 14 years without an appearance. Two players who played 14 years ago are in this squad, in the starting lineup. But from this set piece, this is Ella Kabashi, born in France to a Tunisian dad and an Algerian mum. Based in France. Scored a hat-trick in that 6-2 qualifying victory over Egypt. She go directly a goal, trying to feed one of her teammates.
Waiting for a rebound, if possible.
She's a smart player, is Ella Kabashi. There's a reason that she played for Paris Saint-Germain in France. The referee just saying, hold on for a moment. So, referee just wants to have a look at VAR. She was just listening to a few commands. We might be checking a red card, a possible red card here. This is for Huij, making her way through. Jankale, who was the last defender, looking for the player denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. That's the last defender. And it was clearly reckless, clearly trying to uproot her opponent.
That was a reckless tackle right there.
The referee made her initial call by issuing a yellow card. She will decide whether or not this is indeed the case. Was there some cover defence coming back to potentially cut out that run? Referee Antasino Tuananya Yukwa has made her decision. And it looks like she is going to go to her back pocket and rescind the yellow card. It's a red card. Togo on debut at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament. There's been delight and joy with Ntegma's goal. There is heartbreak for Ella Jankale, who collects a yellow card. A red card following the rescinding of the yellow card. The set piece will remain, but Togo will be down to 10 players for the remainder of this tie. Tunisia leading by 2-1. They're up by a goal, they're up by a player, and they're in a very handy position to score goal number 3. 4-player wall. Giancarlo requesting the ice blocks from the set piece. It's just gone high. Ella Kabashi, among the former players of Paris Saint-Germain. She knew from the moment she struck it, though, that ball was going high. So it's been an eventful debut for Togo. You conceded the fastest goal. They've had a red card. They've been awarded a penalty on VAR. And then awarded a red card on VAR. Once again, just a little moment of magic from Wudiko, shows her ability and skill. Gas. Play that ball out to a teammate. It's been plucked out by Ayadi, who's looking for a teammate, Mariam Huij. Can't escape here with possession, and the captain, Badat, just tidies up by knocking the ball out of play on the near side. So Badat, leading by example, has just dropped back into that central defensive position, just changing the shape for Togo, following the red card. Almost a 4-4-1 at the moment, or a 4-3-1-1.
The way the Togolese are playing right now, I don't think they want to sit back and just absorb everything. They just want to play. Doesn't look like a team that just received the red card.
No, they don't. They don't look devastated by it. They don't look disconsolate by the red card. They don't look like a side completely forlorn. Levasi just jogging back to her position in central defence, the captain. Tunisian squad that just warming up, need to make a substitution. Either one of these sides, in fact. Levasi just knocking that ball forward. Togo picked up possession, but being dispossessed here. And now again playing Huij through. Badat is on her inside. Which way is Huij going to go? Around the outside. Another foul here on Mariam Huij. Set piece going the way of Tunisia. The yellow card is coming up. Badat is suggesting that she took the ball. Did she take some of the ball, or just all of the player?
She had contact with the ball first.
She's gone in a little recklessly as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone off her feet, and she's clearly cut down the player as well, despite taking some of the ball. And the yellow card is out. It's just warranted by the referee. Another set piece. Changing it up with a set piece. So in my mind, the line midfielder has come in to take this. This is a difficult angle to try to go directly at goal, but not impossible.
Nothing is impossible when it comes to football.
True, true. Tunisia, they do have the height advantage if they do run onto a ball that's being laid in. Mamai toward the back post, and the header is there. It's a beautiful delivery and a quality goal as she gets her second, Sabrina Luzi, and Tunisia are back in front by 2. Approaching the hour mark, a third goal for Tunisia.
That right there, that was a good ball. and a good connection to the ball. I expected the goalkeeper to come for balls like that. I don't know. When you expect her to be in the goal, she's out. When you expect her to come out, she's in the goal line. So
quality delivery though, beautifully run onto by Sabrine Elusi. 3 goals in qualifying. She scored twice here tonight. And someone who's got 6 goals already so far this season for her club in the Netherlands, Excelsior. On the score sheet twice in the 3-1 scoreline currently.
I love this Togolese team. They don't care about the scores. They just want to play football, and they're not ready to give up yet.
Oh, there's a wonderful attitude about the way they are playing. This, I think you're spot on with that.
Yeah.
We are going to be entertained.
We are indeed.
They're missing Hujo Tete, suspended for the opening match of this tie. They will have Ella Jankale suspended for their second Group B match. The match is to come against Cameroon and Zambia. This match is far from being done. Huij nearly coming away with it again. Presence of 4 Togolese defenders managing to snatch the ball away. Bear in mind, Togo are down by a player, now down by 2 goals. I'm trying to play that ball into the path of Sama, just a little too far ahead of the winger who's been international since 2017. Oh, gifted away into danger area here, and a chance for Tunisia again. Mariam Huij. She remains down in the penalty area of Togo. Play continues though. Togolese support, the Togolese players. Encouragement that abounds. Eventually the referee has stopped play and will go to check on Huij. Losing count of the number of times that she's been down in the match so far.
I expect this Tunisia team to have good depth. Like, now is the time to protect your key players if they want.
Yes, I mean, you're leading by 2 goals. There was a little touch on the ankle, which forced her to have the slightly heavy touch. There's the touch on the ankle. She stayed on her feet.
She tried.
You tried to, yes.
The Togolese team they are down by a player. They have 2 goals ahead, so
why risk your star player? Yeah.
I don't understand.
Fair enough. And we've got some players. Gimenim Shara, dangerous striker. Hannah Hamdi, a German-based striker. Perhaps a precaution, which is going to be withdrawn in the minutes ahead. They will get back underway from a drop ball, but which I can tell you is back on her feet and jogging around the outside of the field, back toward the boundary line on the near side of the park while play continues. Togo possession. Gake wanting to get involved. Rudiko wanting to get involved. Senior wanting to get involved. Togo have come away with possession here. Badat. Just calling for Sama to come and collect the ball. Here's Sama again. Touched by Gake.
The confidence for this Togolese team trying to go through the middle, that's really interesting to watch. They are down, but this team is not downcast right now.
Yes. There's a bravery and a courage about this Togolese side that you can't take away from them. On debut, wanting to impress. 20 minutes down in the second half. They haven't managed to add to the penalty they scored in the opening half. Tunisia has scored. 3 minutes into the second half. Tunisia 3, Togo 1, and the red card to Ella Jankale. Togo look like they're going to make a change here, as a rather hopeful effort from a long way out has gone wide of Djibrani's goal. Some of the younger fans that have made their way to the venue as well.
Yes, indeed. We try to catch them young.
There's role models on the pitch. Inspiration for future generations, undoubtedly. Ball's going to come out of play, and with that, we are going to see a change for Togo. Jambara is going to make her way on, and Talia Gas is making way. I'm certainly not delighted by being replaced. Amiratu Jambara is on. So Togo have made their first substitution. Trying to get Wodiko through, so with the substitution, Gas has made her way off. Wodiko has gone into a striker role. That was dangerous. Maybe a throw-in for Togo on the far side of the park, but that was dangerous.
Yeah. I expect goalkeepers in this age for them to be able to use both feet perfectly well with self-confidence. During the first half she did absolutely great, but I don't know what happened in this situation.
From the corner, Togo trailing by 2, 22 minutes to play. So nearly have been another Togolese goal. The head body's getting into the right areas as well. Forward by Uni. So again, rescues the situation. Kaglan just knocking that ball forward. Djibrani. Togolese technical staff feeling very strongly about what they'd like to see. Down, just looking to lean back into the defender behind her. Here she is back in possession again. Very dangerous goal scorer that she is. With that ball through, looking to pick out Elusi, who's sitting on a hat-trick at the moment. Ideal time as well to grab a hat-trick. Only in your opening game, but to score it against a side who is down by a player. Trudy, through ball that's managed to sneak its way beyond everybody. Sabri Mama with a hopeful shot from range that ricochets into the body of Gaki ahead of her. Lifting it over the top. Point coming out the way to Sabrina Luzi. Tunisia back in possession. Trudy through here, and this looks good for another, and it's going to creep its way over, is it? And that ball, has it crossed the line? The assistant referee on the far side says no. But I think the referee has given it. She's pointed to the centre and she's given the goal.
That was actually a goal.
It looked like a goal from our vantage point.
It crossed the line.
And Mariam Huij has her second goal in this game to go with Serena Luzi's 2, Tunisia 4, Togo 1.
Again, look at the pass, break through the defensive line, and the goalkeeper should have handled that in a better way than what she just did right there.
It's almost like she's carried the ball over the line herself, the goalkeeper. She reaches it before and then a momentum takes her across the line.
I don't know if she's always taking her eyes off the ball. I don't. Right there, one. Eyes off the ball.
Huij has 2, Tunisia has 4. And Togo on debut, not having the kind of evening that they would like. Just waiting for the restart to be confirmed. Goal just being checked by VAR. That the assistant referee didn't immediately run back toward the halfway line. The referee was the individual who made the call on the goal being scored. So, kick-off for Togo. Goal is confirmed. Huij has 2. Togo down by 3. Mariam Huij having scored in the opening minute and the 72nd minute. To go with Sabrina Luzi's goals. A little over 15 minutes to play. Tunisia, who have never won a Women's Africa Cup of Nations match, are well on their way to victory here. There was no concern about the offside either. Uni following up on the overlap as well. And that'll be a throw in to Tunisia. They really have turned women's international football around so brilliantly, have Tunisia. The head coach, incidentally, is the men's under-20 coach. He continues to hold both roles as the women's head coach and the men's under-20 coach. Is Samir Landolsi, somebody who's in his 3rd spell in charge of this women's side, having qualified them for their first Women's Africa Cup of Nations, but didn't coach at that edition. He was placed by Lufti Bouhanmi, who took the side to the tournament. Tunisia are going to make another change here. Looks like they're going to go the way of Soumaya Miri. Sumaya Amiri and Yasmin Jemi striding towards the centre of the pitch, where they will no doubt make their way onto the pitch imminently. There's still plenty of fight left in Togo. They certainly don't have the financial support that the nations across the continent have had in the build-up to this tournament. They have managed to surprise many by reaching this tournament. They've hoped to achieve greater milestones, but perhaps one of the sides that feel there's an achievement in itself by simply qualifying for the tournament. And Degma being uprooted here and just short of the centre line.
If you have to do it, you have to do it further away from your goal line, which is really good to see. Don't do it close to your goal area because it's really dangerous. And this Togolese team, they look like a team that doesn't give up.
So a couple of changes that are set to be made. There's also a change set to be made for Togo. Bringing on the defender Nyawa Kono momentarily. Take him out. Seeing a little medical attention on the pitch. Change is set to happen. So substitution time officially. And first for Togo. Dogbe will make way. On in their place, Yawakono. Meanwhile, a double change for Tunisia as well. Imin Trodi has made her way off. Just has a word with the coach on her way past him. Miriam Huij, who's scored a brace, is off and on in their place. Yasmin Jemi and Sumaya Amiri. Comfortable enough for the goalkeeper.
Nice and easy one.
Huij being congratulated by those around her. We expected her to make her way off the park as a precaution after taking a couple of knocks in this fixture so far. Tegma's back on her feet and back on the pitch as well. Here's Badat.
The tempo of the game has gone down a little bit again, because I feel that the Tunisia team, they are more comfortable now with the scores.
I think it has. I think there's certainly a player on the park that'll be wanting to find another goal in Sabrine Elusi. Remains on the park and sitting on a hat-trick. There's only a handful of players that have ever scored hat-tricks at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. And they've largely come from Perpetua and Kocha and a host of South African players. quite an achievement if a North African player were to score a hat-trick.
Petra Wonkosha, one of the greatest.
4-time African Footballer of the Year, Petra Wonkosha. Yeah, you played with her.
Well deserved.
Quality from start to finish.
Yes, absolutely.
And now in the new generation, the one player who seems to be mentioned in the same breath as Petra Wonkosha is Asisata Shola.
Yes, we always get, whenever one is ready to retire, we always get someone new.
Is that what you do? There's a
we have the talent
production
ready.
line.
Yeah, we have them ready. When Messi Akide retired, we had Pepeshwa. She was there. We have Cynthia Owak. She came up, and then now we have the likes of Oshola, who is also one of the greatest right now in Europe.
Undoubtedly. Can't wait to see what she can do at the tournament as Group C gets underway. Match day 3. This is Group B. 9 minutes to go between Tunisia and Togo. Tunisia leading by 3. Foul this time by Soumaya Amiri. Weeds and Trodi, they've had their game. Another change for Tunisia. Making her way on, Ibtisam bin Mohammed. The handful of AS Banque de l'Habitat players. Sabrine Mamay makes way. Mamay represented Tunisia for over 15 years. Somebody who's still going strong. Tegma doesn't make its way through. Battling hard to try to win that ball back. She's done enough to see that ball forced out of play by her opponent. Sama trying to win the header is unsuccessful. Ball will be cleared by Tunisia. As far as scorer of 2 of tonight's goals, Iluzi. Maintain possession. Here's Ben Mohammed. Togo's plan has not changed. They certainly haven't given up. They continue to press. They might be down by a player, they might be down by 3 goals, but what they continue to do is play like they have absolutely nothing to lose, and indeed they have nothing to lose except the game.
Absolutely. This team has nothing to lose. They just have to keep playing.
Here's a chance for a hat-trick. Coming a long way out of her area, Amoklu has managed to deny Iluzi the chance of a hat-trick here. She had no alternative, really. And she's played her part on this occasion to deny Tunisia another.
She actually hesitated at first, and then she decided to... That is what you're supposed to do as a goalkeeper. Once you make up your mind to come out, just follow through with it.
It's a bit of play on this occasion. Yasmina Baroumi, one of the German-based players, and Hannah Hamdi, both based in Germany, set to make their way on. Meanwhile, Afi Dogli and Takiatu Yaya are going to make their way on for Togo. Yaya on for Sama. And Tegma's off. Having scored the historic first goal, Dogli's on in her place. Jabrani, the Tunisian goalkeeper, is down. 5 minutes to go to full time. Weege with 2 goals for Tunisia, Ilusi for 2 goals for Tunisia. Nindegma has just been replaced, the Togolese strike. Samir Landousi. They've certainly not had it all their own way tonight, have Tunisia, but they're minutes away from claiming what will be a fairly convincing opening day victory. It's going to be a change momentarily for Tunisia. Hanna Hamdi is on the left of your screen. On the right, Yasmina Barhoumi. Barhoumi, German-born. Hanna Hamdi, Tunisian-born, but lives in Germany.
I think Jabrani, she has been feeling uncomfortable before now. I don't actually know what happened to her, but she feels really distressed right now.
Yeah, she has. She's not been able to take her goal kicks, and she struggled when she took that one kick in hoofing the ball downfield after claiming it inside her area. So the coach has asked the substitutions of Hamdi and Barhoumi to just be held back a little, in case he might need to bring a reserve goalkeeper on. Just a few words being passed on. A little breakdown from the coach for one of his star players so far tonight. Jabrani back on her feet. Referee has just issued a bit of a warning. There's Talia Gas. Looking delighted with the score, as you could well imagine. Togo continue to play.
That is all they can do right now. Keep playing. Have fun.
And they are. It's been thoroughly entertaining to watch the attitude. Fidogli. The other changes though for Tunisia. The captain Shemi El Abbasi making way. Yasmina Barhoumi makes her way on. And then not to get her hat-trick tonight, Ilusi has made way, and Hanna Hamdi has made her way on. Hamdi made a debut for the national team in June last year, coming on as a substitute for Kabashi against Jordan, and then scored against Jordan in a 2-0 win 3 days after that in their second match in succession, a 2-0 victory. Already chasing the ball in the hope of getting on the end of one. She's very quick, is Hanna Hamdi. Very few passes backwards from the Togo players. They want to go forward. There's an intent from the individuals on the pitch.
Yeah, they try to build again back from the defense line, but the only problem they're having right now is when they get to the third half.
It's the final minute of this tie. Tunisia leading by 3. Togo have played the bulk of the second half with only 10 players on the pitch. Credit to their fitness and preparation as well, that they have been able to last as well as they have. Only a handful of changes, and the remainder of the players still looking fresh enough to run for another 90 minutes. As we hit the 90-minute mark, only 1 minute of time has been added on. Barumi finding Jimmy. Looking to find Hamdi in a forward position here. Hamdi with the return ball. And she's quick, but not quite quick enough to get back on the end of that one. Rachel, just a quick take on what you've seen as a free kick is going to be awarded to Tunisia in the closing stages of this tie on the far side of the park while they build up to the set piece. How have you seen the 90 minutes played out?
Both teams actually gave their all, apart from the fact that the Tunisia team during the first half, after 20 minutes, they sat back a little bit. And then the second half again, they came on after they had an opportunity, after Togolese team got the red card, and that boosted their morale to kill the game. But overall, the Togolese team, I'm really proud of them because of what they did. They gave it their all.
They did. They entertained. They played with a positive attitude and with a confidence that lies the lack of experience. Ball in here, and it's parried away. It could so easily have been deflected in. That is the final whistle, though, and Tunisia have their first ever victory at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Togo on debut, a red card, but a historic goal as well, scored by Ntegma, who now sits on the bench having been substituted late. But it's a victory for Tunisia, who go top of Group B, importantly, with matches against Cameroon and Zambia to come. Same too for Togo. A brace from Miriam Huij and a brace from Sabrine Elouzi separates Tunisia from Togo by 3 goals, 4 goals to 1. A convincing victory for Tunisia to open their Group B account. Miriam Huij, who scored a brace, being named as player of the match in the closing stages of this tie. And smiles now for the coaching staff of this Tunisian side. The Carthage Eagles are soaring, and they've got off to the perfect positive start that they wanted.